Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're live, Alwee, again. Yes.
We cannot perfect this intro.
We never, ever. But good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Illustrado Go Live. And we're here at the beautiful Radisson Blue Hotel, Dubai Dera Creek.
Yes, we're back here again.
We're back here in our...
We got that right.
We got that right.
We're here in Radisson Blue Hotel, Dubai Dera Creek.
This is our virtual home. We have lots of stuff to talk about. But before we get into that, let's thank our sponsors, Alwee.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna play it.
Kayod, puhos, angat. Kumilos ka para sa pangarap na makapagpatuloy, makapagpatapos, na makapagsimula. Let's move.
This Independence Day, celebrate your freedom to move more with LBC's box bundles. Mas pinalaki, mas pinatibay, mas affordable na. Happy Independence Day from LBC.
I was looking at a new bag the other day, and I heard a whisper in the air that said,
For $1,000 a month, wouldn't you rather own a tennis necklace from Liali instead of another bag? Think about it. You've always wanted a string of diamonds, but felt it was out of reach. Now, it isn't. Come and try Liali's 12K tennis necklace. It will change your game.
I'd love that.
Liali. Fine jewelers since 1999.
Need something? Don't buy. Get it free instead. Welcome to Giver. Everything is free. Just pay delivery. Have useful stuff gathering dust in your closet? Don't trash it. Give it away. Just good old giving and taking. Made easy for you. That's good for the heart and good for the planet. Giver, your friendly marketplace for sharing. Give and take for a better world.
So hello once again. I'm Lalaine Chu-Benitez, Editor-in-Chief here at Illustrado, and with
And
me
I am
is...
Alwee Villarosa. I'm the features editor of Illustrado magazine.
And
Today is a very special day because aside from having special guests for this episode, we are doing a look back on the celebrations for the 121st Philippine Independence Day that happened last week.
Yeah, in fact, it's not only a special day, it's a special month for Filipinos, not only here but across the world. So if you're Pinoy, you're listening to us right now, say hi to us, drop us a note. Mag-hello din po kami sa inyong lahat. I know that we have friends like Junie, Sorsano watching, Rex Bacara, Bea Fortes. Hi
Allan
guys.
Gonzaga is also watching.
Hello guys.
Our Consul General Paul Raymund Cortes is also watching.
He's also watching? He's just watching?
Yes.
Okay. But anyway, like Alwee said, this is a very special month for Filipinos. And if you're like me, and we call ourselves mga lumang tao ng Dubai because we've been here.
The OGs.
The OGs of Dubai. We've been here for such a long time. This month has been particularly special because we have not seen the Filipino presence to make so much impact this month.
Goosebumps.
It's goosebumps, really. Like your favorite word, goosebumps, really. Nakakatuwa po ang pag-present ng Filipino sa kanyang community ngayong buwan na ito. Medyo yung Tagalog ko hindi maganda. So you have to forgive me, guys. But you know what I'm trying to say is that after so many years here in the UAE, I have never seen what has happened to the Filipino community in our
And we're not just talking
celebration
about the community, the impact within the community.
Definitely.
It's also the impact towards other nationalities. Like I have friends I've seen posting on their timeline on Facebook and Instagram, like doing stories, like posting about the Philippine flag that was showed in Burj Khalifa.
We were everywhere. We were everywhere. I mean, to see the Philippine flag lit on Burj Khalifa and also at the Dubai Festival City, that was something really special. Apart from all the celebrations that have happened. Kasi minsan, you know, sometimes we think that we're just amongst ourselves. You know, we live within the community and we mingle with our community, but we don't realize that there's a bigger microcosm out here. But this month, really, the Filipino has made its presence felt out here. And, you know, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But for now, I think we'll ask our kababayans out there how they felt about the celebrations this month. So let's listen to them.
So it really made me feel proud and happy that the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa, lit up the Filipino flag during Independence Day. It really made me feel recognized, and it somehow signifies the lifelong friendship and unity with the people here in UAE.
I'm Daymon, and this is Illustrado Live. There are 650,000 OFWs working in this country. Dubai has given them hopes and dreams to come true. We witnessed the lighting of our Philippine flag during our Independence Day. In this area, the Burj Khalifa. And what do I think about it? It makes me proud as a Filipino. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas!
I remember so well yung naramdaman ko on that time. Sobra yung excitement, yung feeling na kailangan mong makita, kailangan mong ma-witness. And then on that time na magla-light up na, magsishow na yung Philippine flag at tinugtog ang lupang hinirang. I can't stop it. Literally, I'm trying to stop my tears, pero hindi talaga kaya. Sobrang excited ako dahil naiyak ako. Sobrang nakaka-proud maging Pinoy. and I'm part of the history because I'm there in Dubai Festival City. Diba? Ang sarap ng feeling.
As a Filipino, it makes me feel so proud to see the Philippine flag projected in the tallest building of the world and also at the Dubai Festival City. With that gesture alone, UAE had actually acknowledged and uplifted the Filipino spirit as part of its multinational and diverse community. With that being said, thank you very much to the efforts of our Consul General Raymund Cortes for making it possible for this year. We have been waiting that our flag will be projected on these iconic buildings here in Dubai.
As a Filipino and as part of the Filipino community here in Dubai, it's been a proud moment for all of us. It gives us honor and leads us to a euphoric feeling of such experience once and for all. I witnessed again how the Filipinos became as one, clap our hands together, and felt that love from the government of Dubai towards us. To sum it up, it's one of the pristine, significant, in a million experience for all of us. Kudos to all Filipinos around the world. Happy Independence Day.
Yung spirit ng unity as a Filipino ay ang ganda. Saka nakapasalamat ako doon sa kinakonchen, saka yung government of Dubai na binigyan ng pagkakataon na ipakita sa buong mundo na kung gaano kahalaga yung contribution ng mga Pilipino sa Dubai. So yun ang masasabi ko na hindi ko makalimutan sa tanang buhay ko sa Dubai. I've been here for 25 years, so pakiramdam ko ang laki ng contribution ng mga Pilipino sa Dubai in terms of progress ng development saka yung being cosmopolitan ng Dubai.
Hello guys, I'm Junie Sorsano of Buhay sa Dubai, and my reaction bilang isang Filipino dito sa UAE, yan ang totoong Pinoy pride. Kasi yung ating Philippine flag na doon sa pinakamataas na gusali sa buong mundo, plus the beautiful execution ng Imagine shows sa DFC, sobrang sarap sa pakiramdam that we are recognized of our importance and existence dito sa UAE.
Wow, my heart is just filled with joy witnessing the history and the legacy that our Burj Khalifa was lit up with our Philippine flag. It was a great momentous celebration of our victory together with my fellow compatriots, the Global Pinoys. Cheers to the wonderful leadership of our ambassador to the UAE, Jacelyn Quintana, together with the awesome support of our Consul General, Raymund Cortes. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
And we're so excited to have our special guest for today, Alwee. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, welcome, Alwee.
Ikaw pala yung guest.
Welcome, guys. I'm the guest for the day.
Guys, our Consul General Raymund Cortes, who doesn't need any introduction at all, because what can I say? Sir, you the man. Ganon,
right.
You the man.
Woo!
Yes.
Thank you.
We have studio audience today.
Kung hindi lang mahirap tumayo, mag-standing ovation talaga ako. Pero really, sir, amazing feat. I mean, you guys have been doing such a great job all these years. We know that you've been here in Dubai and the Northern Emirates for the last 4 years, but this month was so special for us. Ano po ang how do you feel about everything that has happened this month? All that you have accomplished with the Filipino community beside you?
Well, the feeling is just overwhelming. A while back, people were saying how grateful they felt because they've finally been recognized, acknowledged, and so forth and so on. But it's a product of years of being here, and slowly the Filipino community is just being recognized for whatever it is, whatever contributions they could have.
I like what Junie Sorsano said in the USAPANG Illustrado. It's not just like it's the recognition of your existence in this
It's about time.
World,
Right.
Sometimes when we feel invisible, you know, because we like to associate only amongst ourselves and we don't feel so connected. But this month, like I said earlier, was so special because it really connected us with the rest of the people out here.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, this was not just a product of you know, a month's work, but it's a series of social media campaign, strategizing how to get the whole Filipino community all hyped up for the Independence Day celebrations. You know, the Independence Day celebration is always our most important holiday. It's you know, it's when we had formed finally for the whole world to recognize the Philippine nation. And although it was a little short-lived because of what happened after the Spanish-American War and then World War II and so forth and so on, it sort of began the you know, the Filipino people's identity as, you know, a Filipino, as a nation with their own citizenship and so forth and so on.
If you don't mind me asking, sir, what was the motivation? I mean, for you personally, what did this mean for you personally? I know that this is what it meant to the Filipino community, but what about you on a personal level?
Well, you know, from the very beginning, 4 years when we arrived here, what we wanted to do was to, you know, to make the Filipino people proud of who they are. A lot of Filipinos are quite, you know, inarticulate about, you know, their heritage or their culture. They'd rather keep it to themselves. As you said, you know, they'd rather keep it tight within themselves. You know, not really embarrassed, but, you know, not too confident in the way that they could share who they are, their music, with other nationalities for that matter. And this is the one of the things that we have tried to do, was to build a community that was more proactive when it comes to sharing their dances, their music, our films. So we've come up with several, you know, events that would, you know, little by little, you know, rise to make the Filipino rise up to the occasion. And I guess this is like a you know, the pinnacle of a 4-year journey, and hopefully that doesn't end there. It just moves forward and forward.
Pinnacle indeed. I mean, Burj Khalifa, the Dubai Festival City. We heard 50,000 people participated in the Philippine Independence Day celebration at the Trade Center. Most of them crying. Most of them having goosebumps.
Yes. Right. Because imagine your Philippine national anthem also in Festival City.
Festival City, yeah.
So parang like for a lot of Filipinos, the word kabayan meant more. Hindi na lang siya tawag like parang how you call another Filipino na kabayan. Like you feel more proud. Like like this is our flag. This is our country. This is who we are as people.
Right. It's, as I said, overwhelming. And for the longest time, we've been asking, you know, MR to help us out. I've seen the flags of others being displayed on the Burj, and I suppose it was, you know, what about us, you know? But the past 3 years were, you know, Philippine Independence Day fell within Ramadan, and you know, out of respect also with local religious tradition, that we have to be a little bit more low key and all that. You know, maybe he said, okay, maybe not 2016, maybe not 2017 and 2018, but we did know that by 2019, June 12 fell within the Eid holidays, and true enough, you know, after you know, asking my good friend from Ministry of Foreign Affairs to help me out there, he finally said, just write me a note officially, and next thing we know, MR has written. So, but that's just not, that was only for Dubai, Burj Khalifa. The Dubai Festival City Mall Management, they had been reaching out, and they said, we'd like to do something really special for 4 days. And you were right. I didn't really expect the national anthem to be played. And because you know, I'm a Philippine official, so everywhere I go, Philippine anthem is being played. But this is the first time I go, I guess for a lot of people, to hear their anthem again.
A lot of us don't hear it so often.
And not played like that.
Yes.
And in something as huge as the Dubai Festival City Mall key area.
Exactly. And like I said earlier, it's not just about the physical lighting up of the Burj Khalifa or the DFC. It is more of the emotional impact. You know, the feeling of being recognized, the feeling of togetherness that inspired. I wanted to ask the audience, guys, if you were there, if you've experienced that event or if you've seen it on social media, how did it make you feel? Share your insights with us. I mean, did it also elicit goosebumps? na-touch ba kayo? I mean, how did you feel when you saw that? Please do share your feelings with us, yeah? And
yeah, we'd like to say hi to our friends from Illustrado and fans who are watching. Saying hi to Nathaniel Alapide, Max Saruma Cruz is watching, Deselin Acadilia is watching, Fe Oliveira is watching, Chris Daymon, who is also a contributor for Usapang Illustrado, Enrique Yamzon is watching, Cyril Kirsten is watching. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your names again. Dr. Rex Bernard Bahar is watching. Betong Philomeno, like Beethoven, but we call him Betong.
Marlon from Kuwait, Marlon Malinaw. Hi, Marlon. Of course, Josie Conlu, Felix de los Santos, Ishka, the fabulous Ishka Seta, Amy Miranda, Monina Policarpio, and of course, Wafa Qasimieh.
Yeah. Tess Keating is watching.
Hi,
Andy
Tess.
Agas, Maricar Blanco Harry is watching. Jay is
I seem
watching.
to know everybody who's watching.
You know everybody, and everybody knows you, right?
Hi, guys.
Fan club. Consul, do you want to greet anyone?
Yes.
I'd like to greet all of you.
Ang mga fans. Ang fans ni Conjan.
See you again pretty soon.
So Conjan, like such a big celebration. I cannot imagine what it would take to top this, because I can imagine that you would be trying to achieve more and more and more each year. How does that feel? Meron po bang pressure? Is there a pressure to do more, or to outperform your previous year?
Well, it's not just me, to be honest. It's a product of a community partnership with everybody else. When I first got here, the Independence Day celebrations were held somewhere else. And in 2016, when that was my first Independence Day, because I was here June 21st, 2015. So the following year, I told the committee, maybe we should try looking at the World Trade Center. You know, it's summer, June. You know, it's always summer. It's 45 degrees and talaga namang mainit yun for our people. So we wanted something more comfortable, and we did it at the World Trade Center, and immediately we got very good feedback, because people would tend to stay because it's AC, it's cooler inside. You could hold everything outside. Plus, you know, yung makeup ng mga babae won't won't be drenched under the sun. And you know, it was very successful. We did it again in 2017, again a bigger one, 2018 an even bigger one, and then 2019 when you have the record-breaking 50,202.
It's unthinkable.
Yeah, this was you know, given that the statistic was given by the World Trade Center people themselves. So we didn't make it up.
Rockstar level.
Diba?
It was great, no?
Rockstar level.
And as I said, you know, maybe the community keeps topping itself, you know, all in it. It has probably become even the largest Filipino community celebration for Independence Day globally.
Wow.
And
again, amazing.
With over 700, 800,000 Filipinos here. You know, there's just so much. Of course, we don't expect all 800,000 to be at the World Trade Center at some point, you know. But the celebrations and the festivities have become so big now. As I said, you have MR helping us out with the Burj Khalifa. You have Dubai Festival City, and then Dubai Parks also came up with their own version of it, you know, for our kababayans. And again, it's this early. I'm getting quite a number of calls from some hotels
for next year.
And say, what can we do for this?
Amazing. And I know that this is a big effort, and for those people who don't know Conjan, maybe you can paint us a picture of how many people were involved. Maybe you might want to thank, you know, your committee for the Philippine Independence Day celebrations. Yeah, so we recognize them also.
Sure, definitely. The Independence Day committee headed by Josie Conlu.
Yes.
And Jason Roi Bucton. You know, from the beginning, we thought that it would be great to have new blood, you know, younger blood at that also, because these are the people who would come up with more innovative ideas, what to do. And so, if you remember the past Philippine Independence Day celebrations, we had contests, on the spot painting contests, battle of the bands, singing contest, dance contest, and every what have you. And now we decided to, you know, tweak it a little bit, so that what we had is just one whole show, an 11-hour show, and then the contests, we did it sometime before, you know. So even the job fair was held a month before that. So not only were you able to declutter the program, but you also cascaded it so that there's a strategic run through the festivities for June 14.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And it gained so much traction. We utilize a lot in social media, realizing that social media really is the key.
Exactly.
It's digital.
And Filipinos are among the noisiest people on social media.
And I'm actually happy that you can actually watch the program in the morning.
True.
You can, you're doing live streaming, and all of us, even if we're sitting at home, we can see what's going on there at the Trade Center. So that was really, really helpful.
Yeah.
But let me just say something here, that I know that, of course, Dubai was not the only place where we celebrated Philippine Independence Day. Marami din pong celebration, like, we have our kababayans, our friends in Abu Dhabi, and, in other cities across the world. But we wanted to talk about this one because this was such a landmark moment for the Filipinos in the UAE. That's why it's quite special for us. And, maybe we can veer a little bit away from that discussion of the PID. I wanted to ask you po, sir, about Pinoy Pride. Because some people are saying na hindi na uso ang Pinoy Pride. Some people are saying, naku, hindi naman kailangan na yung Pinoy Pride na yan. What do you think about that, sir?
I don't know what this 2 or 3 years ago I wrote something about Pinoy Pride in Illustrado, right? And but the theme for my for a lot of the speeches that I had made during Independence Day festivities this month was that fine. We were trying to build a prouder people, a more confident people, really, particularly with respect to their heritage, music, culture, dance, and so forth and so on. But they have to do so in the context of a global multicultural society as the UAE. The issue with Pinoy, the looming issue with Pinoy Pride is that sometimes we may think that because of Pinoy Pride we get fever pitch as far as being proud of who we are concerned. But then we start looking down at other ethnicities and nationalities. I guess that's the danger when we start saying pride. Pride, not because you're the best. Pride because you're unique just as everybody else. And when we think about how people are, all other cultures are equal in the eyes of a global community, then you start respecting, accepting, and welcoming not just the Filipino in you, but the other cultures as well. And that's where you start coming up with a society that is more
confident,
equal, confident, respectful of one another, and in a diverse world such as the UAE's. That's exactly what the whole country is all about.
It's really about trying to inspire our fellow kababayans that they can actually do something and make a difference out there, right?
Like for me, even as simple as telling them about your hometown. Because for me, I've never felt more Filipino until I got here, and then I meet other nationalities, and I'm always so excited to tell them about the food or what it's like growing up in the Philippines or beaches. These things I don't talk about before. And now, parang it feels so good just to be able to share this is where I came from. This is me as a person.
True. Inspire our fellow Filipinos to be proud of who they are, but also inspire other migrant communities for them to be likewise as proud as we are. And as I said, it all becomes into a fever pitch of emotion, so that all of you, regardless of whatever culture or tradition or history you may have had, you all realize that we're all human anyway. So.
But we're proud to share. We have something to contribute. We have something unique to put on the table, and I think that's really the essence of being a proud Pinoy or being Taas Noo Filipino, right?
Right. That's why also, as far as the Independence Day celebrations are concerned for this year, we had hoped that it would not end with the Filipino community alone. It would spread out, and so that it becomes palpable also to the other nationalities and ethnicities. And in the process, for them to be, hey, the Filipinos could do it, we can also do it, and then we can probably, we can continue being one big happy melting pot of culture.
I like that. Ano pa, sir, what else would you want to see with the Filipinos here? What else do you want to see the community achieve aside from all these celebrations? How far should we go? What more can we do out there? Ano po yung advice ninyo when it comes to that?
I hope that more Filipinos now have become more more confident. In the process of becoming more confident, be more articulate about what they envision themselves to be, what they can contribute to, to their offices, to their companies, to the offices where they work, and thereby come up with a more ang repute ng Filipino is already very excellent as far as our work habit and work ethic are concerned, but something even more, and when we have that sort of graduating feeling of becoming better and more productive, you become more helpful not only to your community but to the whole UAE as well, and then it could then stretched out on borders, not just not just the Filipino community in the UAE, but the Filipino community in the Gulf, globally, and especially back home, yung mga kababayan natin back home.
I like what you're saying, sir, because what we're really talking about here is that not to keep everything amongst ourselves. It's time that we try to mingle more, try to relate more with other people, and we're all here, and we're all the same, we're all migrants, and we have a shared experiences. It's time to get out there and talk to other people and to share whatever you have.
Well, we're not, but again, we're not saying that the Filipino is antisocial. But when it comes to celebrating our culture, we tend to do it amongst ourselves. But this is the time, and as we've seen it the past couple of weeks, it has become more multicultural.
Of course,
so that our joy becomes the joy of the Egyptian community as well, the Jordanians, the other Arabic communities, and so forth and so on. This is exactly what we want to do.
I think it's great if we can share all these things with our other fellow expats here. Even if you're just sampling Filipino food, for example, bring a friend, bring a non-Filipino friend, so at least they know. The next time we celebrate, bring other friends from other communities also, so we all share in this together.
Right, and it's also the success of this Philippine Independence Day, the cascading of the activities, was due to, as I said a while back, new blood, new leaders, a new breed of leaders from the Filipino community, and now we've tapped many of our vloggers and bloggers and social media influencers, so that now we are able to reach more and more people. Yes, in the past we've seen the same set of leaders, but this time we've embraced newer ones, and we're growing with an even bigger and newer set of leaders, and that's very important because there has to be a constant influx of new ideas, innovative thoughts, so that our Independence Day celebrations in our existence in the UAE, for that matter, becomes more productive. It's shaped into something more bigger and more influential.
So there's really that huge ripple effect.
Yes.
We still have so much to talk about, sir. Don't go away yet. We
so you guys stay tuned, because we still have a lot to talk about. We still have Conjan.
We're gonna be asking some juicy questions later on.
If we have some questions, let us know. We'll ask
Put
it
Conjan
for
on the
you.
spot, So yes,
Handa rin yung -1.
No,
I'm kidding.
Miss Ronnie has been -1.
Live na lang.
Live na lang, mamaya may harana tayo. We will have that. But before we get into the harana and all this, Alwee, let's talk about the promotion of the Radisson.
For the Filipino guys out there who are watching, again, as we said, bring a Filipino friend, make them try Filipino food, or eat with them, enjoy a conversation while eating. Because at the moment, Radisson Blu Hotel, Dubai Del Creek, has an offer for the OFWs out there. It's buy one, take one. Correct. It's buy one, take one.
It's a 2-for-1.
It's a 2-for-1 offer here at the Radisson Blu Hotel, Dubai Del Creek, in their buffet restaurants. So you have Minato, you have Sumibia, you have China Club, Fish Market. So there's a lot.
We have coaches on the side.
You have a lot of restaurants to enjoy. So bring a friend and enjoy.
And really, I have to, we have to thank the Radisson Blu, because I've never seen any hotel support the OFWs like this. So we're really touched that they're doing this for our kababayan. So guys, come on. If you want to dine, just come on over here.
And it's so easy to redeem. Just go to the restaurant, say you're a Filipino, prove that you're a Filipino, speak in Tagalog or any Filipino dialects, and then you will be able to get the offer.
Exactly.
Looks like we have more views as well from
Wow.
Benj de la Rosa,
Jeffrey Parinas,
Tess Keating,
Consul Ferdy,
Consul Ferdy Flores,
and Liagas.
Consul Ferdy Flores was formerly
Exactly.
assigned here, but now he's in Amman.
Oh, hi.
Rami Garcia, King Abanto, Bea Avila, Dexter Dalisay, Doc Nino de Sinorio, Michelle Ginto, Ryan Banks, Eddie Balangkit, of course, and Marian Bringas, Vice Consul Marian Bringas.
There you go. And we have some, viewers from Canada also. And talaga si Conjen hindi guest eh. Ikaw ang guest
guest for today.
But
I also would like to read some comments from our viewers. Like Arman Manapat said, I was in Burj Khalifa Independence Day event. It felt like New Year. For my 15 years in Dubai, I've never witnessed such an overwhelming support and presence of the Philippines publicly in the UAE.
Amazing. Mabuhay.
You know that evening, that day was quite busy for us. We began June 12 with a simple flag raising ceremony at the consulate, and then we had a few breakfast for our guests. And then that afternoon, my son graduated from high school, so we ran all the way to Umalquain.
Wow!
And from Umalquain, we ran all the way to DFC. Because I had to cut the ribbon for Dubai Festival City. And when I got to DFC, that's just packed. It was pretty hot outside because that week I remember the temperature suddenly soared and the humidity was just crazy. So people would be inside, and then go out when the light and sound show of Imagine DFC would begin.
That's amazing.
So that was 9 o'clock, and then we ran all the way to Burj Khalifa. When we got there were like 1 million people. Well, not really 1 million, but there were
maybe 2 million.
Yeah, 2 million.
But the show was at 9:15, and people were already there at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
They camped out just to make sure that they have a spot just to see.
It's like New Year.
Yeah,
it's like New Year. Yeah, we're talking so much about it, but let's show the folks how it was really like during the Philippine Independence Day celebration. So we'll just pause for a clip here. Let's show PID 2019. Yeah, highlights.
Dapat nating sariwain kabayanihan, tapat ng ating lahi. Sana ay huwag sayangin kayamanan na pinamana sa atin. Sayang ang ating lahi, isa lang ang hangarin at panalangin. Pairalin ang pag-ibig, kung may pagkakaisa, abot kamay ang lahat.
Ang pinakamalaki at pinakamasayang Filipino Community Celebration ng Independence Day sa buong mundo. Happy Independence Day once again to all my kabayans in Dubai and Northern Emirates. Mabuhay! Let's have fun!
Pangako sa sarili, ipagpatuloy ang bili ng ating mga bayani. Tagumpay, ating ang kalayaan, kayamanan ng ating bayan. Itaas ang ating watawan, mag-iwang tayong lahat. Sa araw ng kalayaan, tapos na ang laban, panahon na ng kasiyahan. Tagumpay, ating ang kalayaan, kayamanan ng ating bayan. Itaas ang ating watawan,
on behalf of the Philippine Consulate General of Dubai and 2019 Philippine Independence Day Organizing Committee. Thank you so much to all who made time to be with us last Friday, June 14, 2019 to celebrate the 121st Philippine Independence Day at Zabil Hall 5 World Trade Center. See you all again very soon. Thank you.
So there you go. Amazing peak for the...
Since we're talking about the amazingness of everything, we have amazing people to talk about, to highlight their work and what they do here.
Our awesome, hard-working, progressive Filipinos, right? And it's what I do. And first off, we have Ruby Cabrera, who is the sponsorship and sales manager of Bride Dubai from Informa Exhibitions. Bride Dubai is this landmark event that happens every year in Abu Dhabi. I was going to say Ras Al Khaimah. It's Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and Ras Al Khaimah and Sharjah also. And you know, they have all these fashion houses exhibiting. They have all these wedding businesses. They have jewelry, beauty and wellness. And Ruby is involved in there as the sales manager, and she's dealing with all these Arabic fashion houses.
And it's also nice because for these events, a lot of Filipino designers are also featured and participating, showcased.
Yeah, I think Garimon Roferos is going to be having a fashion show in the upcoming Bride Abu Dhabi show, right? So si Ruby saying that her day is very hectic and stressful with 1,001 requests from exhibitors every single day. So you cannot imagine. It's a never-ending challenge, but she says after 8 years in the industry, she loves it because she's always learning something new.
And I also like what she said, like, again, diba? Parang we were talking about the Philippine Independence Day earlier. And then she said that Filipinos, we are a force of nature and we are strong, and that strength help us cope and endure all the challenges of being away from our family. Proud to be Filipino.
Proud to be Filipino. Next up, we have Erwin Flores, who's a product marketing specialist for Clarence. Well, sometimes you can find Erwin in Sephora, Dubai Mall. His job includes not only doing sales and makeup demos, he also does skincare consultations as well as trains other people. And I think what Erwin was sharing with us when he sent us his profile is that he loves his job because not every day is the same. So, especially in the fashion industry, doing the fashion shows, doing all these runway shows, meeting celebrities, sometimes Filipino celebrities. So it's quite very interesting for him. And Erwin's work has also been part of winning photographs, in several competitions.
Collaboration with Chris Colombian.
That's true. He also collaborated with Mario Cardenas and I think Rocky Gattercole. The awards are so many. The Egypt International Biennial Photographic
Even
Art.
in Tokyo Photo International Awards in 2017.
The Altani Award for Photography in Doha, Qatar, Trierenberg Super Circuit in Austria, and so much more. And
also he also participated in a lot of runway shows. Like the Galeries Lafayette Fashion of 2011, featuring the designs of Vera Wang, Carolina Herrera, Marc Jacob, to name a few. Super good.
Definitely. And Middle Eastern magazines also.
Nakaka-proud that we have Filipinos like this excelling in different fields and industries.
And I think the fashion industry, even the bridal industry, are two of the most active and most interesting sectors here in the UAE because there's so much happening and so much going on. Do you want to share Erwin's words of wisdom?
Yes, for the Filipinos out there, I would like to share words of wisdom from Erwin. He says, my years here in Dubai are not filled with bed of roses, but these are years ruled with patience, seeded with hard work, nurtured by dedication and sacrifice, and sealed with faith, which he abides up to this time. So without these, I may not be where I am today. As cliche as it may be, life goes on, hence we should never cease to be.
And he quotes, patience is necessary and one cannot reap immediately where one has sown. Soren Kierkegaard. Thank you very much, Erwin Flores. And we're going to be uploading all those stories on our website, illustradolife.com. And, if you know of somebody who we should be featuring, please do send us a message. We're just here, PM us. And we're more than happy to talk about our Filipinos, professionals who are working so hard out there and making so much progress out there in the field.
And speaking of working so hard, we have another special guest.
Yes, another special guest. Isa na namang gwapong special guest.
Another celebrity, diba?
Another celebrity in Dubai, Mr. Allan Bautista, who is the sales and marketing head for LBC here in the region, right?
In the Middle East, yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Alan, would you like to greet your fans first?
Greet your fans,
Hi,
Allan.
good afternoon to all.
Alan, are you single? No.
No.
Okay. Hindi na raw single si Alan. I was warning him, and anybody who comes here, we sell him off. But thank you very much, Alan. And, you know, we have something nice to talk about because Alwee and I, we were talking about the Balikbayan box as a symbol of love for Filipinos, right? So every year, we have this big box and we keep on putting things to send it to our families back home pag Christmas, right?
Like usually we buy like the big box and then slowly we fill it out with like a lot of stuff and then we send it to our families back home.
And you guys have been doing that for so many years, right?
Decades.
Decades, yeah. Decades,
correct,
definitely. I like the fact that it's not only things, it's actually an expression of love for Filipinos towards their families. But I'm excited because things have evolved now and you don't need to wait for Christmas to send, you know, stuff to your family, right?
Well, traditionally, the Balikbayan box, as we call it, or as it's known, it's always been, you know, very monumental and it symbolizes a lot of things for Filipinos, especially the ones that are overseas. Right? At the front of, you know, being away from family, it becomes like their continued participation. Right?
Exactly,
so the reason and being of why they're overseas and abroad, it's all represented by that box. And so a lot of care comes in with every single box that is prepared. And
what is it they say? Ipadama ang pagmamahal. Something
Ipadama,
like that,
yes,
diba?
Ipadama sa bawat padala.
Yes.
Right?
It's a care box.
It's
and traditionally, you know, this Balikbayan box has been is usually being sent by Filipinos, right? Normally it's sent once a year, twice. So, but you know, with evolving times, the demand has also evolved, and then at the same time, with Filipinos, you know, not just moving up the ladder, but being more aware of global, you know, of global times changing.
Yeah, like Filipinos have become empowered.
Exactly.
Like all Filipinos like own businesses. Like they're upper in the corporate ladder. So like in changing times, I think Filipinos have also evolved.
Correct. And so the demand, and so it's also evolved. And you know, LBC as a service provider, what we've done over the years is also to try to work towards, you know, meeting the demand, and at the same time being able to provide you know, services which is more than just a cut above the rest, but what the Filipinos deserve.
All right.
And as such, we've tried to, of course, we're still offering the Balikbayan box. It's still there, but we've tried to make offerings of, you know, similar service, but then has the convenience and the added convenience and the features to it. So some services that we have are actually, you know, it takes a while to send these boxes, right? Months for some.
That's right.
And then, of course, the families back home are always looking forward to seeing that. Right? So we always thought of finding ways of making that more frequent, or at the same time, you know, take out the hassle of having to fill up such a heavy box, such a big box. So out there, the industry probably provides, tens types of boxes out there. But we've made services more convenient in such a way that we've provisioned for faster service, right? Courier is not just, you know, sending documents or stuff, but we've made it, we've enabled the service to also evolve. So now you can actually send parcels, small gifts, bits and pieces. And so even if your family is miles and miles away, you don't have to wait to fill up the box.
Exactly,
Yeah, you can.
And what if it's your mom's birthday after 1 month, you know? You don't have to wait for Christmas, right?
Exactly. And even the small, even those events which we treasure as family, Mother's Day, Father's Day, beyond birthdays,
anniversaries, monthsaries, so every month may padala.
Exactly. And what we've done exactly is to, you know, try to make it also more affordable, try to make it more.
I love it,
And so these things actually the Filipinos can enjoy sending back home.
I love. What do you call this product? It's called the air cargo box, right?
Yes, we have these air boxes. Basically, it comes in the size of parcels.
Okay.
Normally, the norm has always been to send boxes in kilos or in specific weights. But what we've done is try to adapt to whatever Filipinos can send, right? So courier enables us to send these things as frequent as possible.
Okay.
We're probably the only company that will be able to that actually sends these parcels almost every day.
Oh wow!
Right? Like your next day delivery, like what we do back home.
I see. Yeah. All
and
right.
so we've made that possible, and so. Your parcels, your smaller gifts can be sent within 3 days to Manila.
Anything. So from perfume sets to bags to
laptop
computers,
all these things. But of course, LBC being a compliant company here and back home, we do comply with policies and regulations.
Okay.
So with whatever customs requires for these things to be, we do comply with these things. But to send them. Whether in small parcels or in bigger bulk, we can do that.
What kind of price ranges are we talking about? I hope it's affordable. You guys have been always affordable anyway,
yes,
right?
We've always tried to make sure that our offerings are continuously relevant to the market, right? Even through challenging times, we've tried to make our prices as affordable as can be. So I think the smaller parcels. Starting from below 150 dirhams, you can actually send these things up to 5 kilos.
Yeah.
And this can be delivered to Manila in 3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days.
And then 5 to 7 days outside Metro Manila.
Yes.
So that fast, like
that
in a week's time, like you can actually receive
I like it,
the delivery.
Yeah, especially for those of you who are always cramming.
Yes.
Somebody's birthday, you always make a decision at the last minute, right? Then there's no problem because it gets delivered that fast.
But for you guys watching out there, always remember, I think this is what I learned when sending packages. Always declare the good, especially if it's something valuable like maybe a laptop or a camera. Like it's always better to declare it.
Yes. Usually
it's for your own protection also.
Being as transparent as possible actually helps.
Exactly,
and we as a career provider, we're able to not just vouch for that, but actually we're able to even insure it if you are able to declare all the items inside your box.
Right.
So in the end, there's nothing to worry about.
I like it, So even for the people out there who are in the Philippines, you can ask your relatives to send you even these small boxes.
To ask what they want.
There's no excuse anymore. You don't have to wait for Christmas. So that's a really great part of the
And since we have
product,
friends also watching outside UAE and Middle East, is this service also available in other parts of?
Yes, this service has actually been made available across the globe.
Oh wow!
Across the globe,
it's an offering that LBC has given to overseas Filipinos.
Excellent. That's really great, no? It's really useful. So no need to wait for Christmas. And the exciting thing is that you are giving away.
Ito nasusulitin ko na.
No,
because we since Allan is here, the LBC team is giving away 3 air boxes.
Air boxes,
with complimentary shipping anywhere in the Philippines and the UAE. So all you need to do is to answer our question. If you can send something back home to your family back home today, what would it be and why?
And why?
So share with us your answer. Tell us why, and then you'll get a chance to win. One of you will get a chance to win one of the 3 boxes.
One of the 3 boxes. So we're giving away 3 boxes. Let's repeat the question, Alwee.
So the question is, if you can send something to your family back home today, what would it be and why?
And why? And of course, please use the hashtags LBC Give a Little Extra, hashtag Let's Move, and hashtag We Like to Move It. We like to move it, move it. Kakanta pa ako, sasayaw pa ako. Again, let's repeat the hashtags LBC Give a Little Extra, hashtag Let's Move, and hashtag We Like to Move It. We're gonna put that hashtag down in our
we're gonna pin it in the
also.
comment section. Yeah.
Exactly. When are we going to announce the winner for this? I think we'll give them a couple of days,
We'll give you a couple of days. Also for the guys who have missed this live, if you are watching, you can still join and then we'll announce the winners.
Definitely. All right. Thank you very much, Allan, for joining us today.
Thank
you for your
Wanna
support,
greet your fans?
LBC, right? Greet your fans now.
Thank you. Hi, all the Illustrado viewers out there.
Yay. Thank you, Allan.
Thank you for having me.
And we will take a break now and show the beautiful photographic works of our talented and creative Filipinos in Illustrado scrapbook.
So it
dapat nating sariwain kabayanihan, tapat ng ating lahi. Sana ay huwag sayangin kayamanan na pinamana sa atin. Isa lang ang ating lahi, isa lang ang hangarin at panalangin. Kailangan ng pag-ibig, kung may pagkakaisa, abot kamay ang lahat ng tagumpay. Atin ang kalayaan, kayamanan ng ating bayan. Itaas ang ating watawa, pag-iwag tayong lahat. Sa araw ng kalayaan, tapos na ang laban, panahon na ng kasiyahan. Tagumpay, kalayaan. Tagumpay, kalayaan. Bagong araw, bagong simula. Kay sarap bumangon pag ika'y malaya.
Ang pinakamalaki at pinakamasayang Filipino Community Celebration ng Independence Day sa buong mundo. Happy Independence Day once again to all my kabayans in Dubai and Northern Emirates. Mabuhay! Let's have fun!
Pangako sa sarili, ipagpatuloy ang bili ng ating mga bayani. Tagumpay, atin ang kalayaan, kayamanan ng ating bayan. Itaas ang ating watawan, mag-iwang tayong lahat. Sa araw ng kalayaan, tapos na ang laban, panahon na ng kasiyahan. Tagumpay, atin ang kalayaan, kayamanan ng ating bayan. Itaas ang ating watawan, mag-iwang tayong lahat. Sa araw ng kalayaan, tapos na ang laban, panahon na ng kasiyahan. Tagumpay,
Right, guys, we're back. Guys, first of all, sorry, sometimes
Technical difficulties.
Sometimes
Sorry,
technology
sorry.
doesn't work properly, so you have to forgive us on that. But anyway, more than forgiven, because we have, again, our special guest. And of course, our Mme Yasmin Balajadia-Cortes.
Yes, thank you so much for...
Sorry, who we bullied to come here because
I thought it was just Consul.
she's been begging off. She is such a shy woman, but I like to refer to her as the action woman because she has done so much also for the Filipino community, and we have to congratulate you, ma'am, for everything that you've done, especially for Estilo, which is such a unique offering for the Filipino community this year. Ma'am, baka gusto niyo mag-thank you to your, to your team out there who has helped put together this program.
Oh, okay. First of all, I would like to thank the. Because we had this fashion segment during the PID.
Yeah.
We're in 6 of the rising fashion designers for there. I'd like to thank let me start with Ishka. Ishka Zeta.
He's also watching.
Ishka, and then Ryan Pacholes. And Garimon Roferos. Angel Villar, De Jesus, Bench De La Rosa, and of course Harvey Senate. Thank you. And of course, also I would like to thank what do you call it? The niche modeling and the Anna models for helping us here, providing the models, and of course Ivy Peralta for the glam kit. Thank you so much.
It's really an amazing group effort. Oh my God! And for the Filipinos to be able to see the creations of these designers, that was really special.
Right.
So
this was the first time that we had this sort of event in a huge, celebration such as the Philippine Independence Day. Because usually the fashion industry would come alive with fashion for bonggeros, fashion forward. But this has been my wife's dream. So in a month and in 2 months, pinagbubuo lahat ng mga.
It has always been my dream to organize an event.
And we hope that this is just the beginning. We hope that we will see more of that, right?
So, pero ang hirap pala.
I know.
It's a beautiful initiative. That's why these people also wanted to participate. Because it's really a beautiful initiative.
Because sometimes people think that it's just so easy to draw a dress or what. But it's art, all of this is art. Yung paggawa ng the sequence, the embellishments and all that. These are very, very fine skills that need to be studied and all that.
And the creations are really amazing. Now, if we may digress, let's talk about your personal life. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously, let's talk about, because we're fascinated at how you guys, as husband and wife, and as diplomatic spouses, how you operate so efficiently and so effectively. How do you fit everything in one day? Because I know that you, sometimes on a Friday, you attend how many events? 4? 5? Oh my goodness. 7?
Last Friday we had something from 8 a.m. all the way till 10 p.m.
So how do you do it? How do you manage? Where do you get the energy? Because that's a puzzle for us mere mortals. How do you do that?
Ako naman kasi I try to mahirap kasi because I try to balance family because I have 3 kids.
That's my next question actually.
I have a little boy pa, he's just 6. And balancing from family and the community also. Because I've been supporting syempre Conjel with all his projects.
It's actually her idea on this.
Don't you ever get tired? Doesn't it get tiring? Aren't there days that you just don't want to get out of bed and, nakakapagod, di ba? May mga ganong mga araw ba kayo?
Yes. Honestly, yes. But, we have to inspire also our kababayans here, di ba?
And then when, pagka ikaw lang or at least the office is the one that people look up to, you have to work.
Of course.
You have to live up to that expectation.
That's why we love you guys, because you walk the talk. You're not just about talking and preaching. You actually do it, and that's real. I mean, we've seen you work out there, and you work harder than everybody else.
But many of the cultural projects are her idea. So, like
of course,
the songwriting.
Parang hindi naman halata na napapagod sila. Like sabi nga ni Chris, hello to the beautiful couple.
Of course, to the beautiful couple. And you know, I just wanted to interject there one of my favorite sayings that I learned from Madam Veka Bactolan, you know, from way back. And she told me it's not about the woman behind the man, it's the woman who's next to the man. You know, and this is really a great equal partnership. We've seen the kind of work that you do and all that. And what about the kids? Don't they ever feel bad? Hindi ba sila nagsiselos, you know, from the time that you spend in the community and all these things that you devote outside?
I think yes, but we always find time naman. If we can't make it on weekends, we do it on weekdays.
Yeah,
especially that my two boys are here now.
Well, that's excellent. Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, so you find time for them.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, at least the two older ones, we have a 21-year-old and a 17. So the two older ones are, you know, more or less understand, you know, how the whole community works, and he realizes that the office is a very high profile one. It's something that a lot of people have a lot of expectations of. So they know the flow and they understand, and you know, it also gives them a perspective of how government really has to.
So I think your eldest is also involved in some community.
Yeah. They know that they have a role to fulfill also, I guess.
Right,
So it's all part. It's parts and parcel. You know, it's like a package deal for the DFA. The entire family has to be in it, right? For you guys out there, maybe you want to know something about our most loved couple here in Dubai and the Northern Emirates. Just drop us a question there and share it with us. I wanted to ask, how do you keep it fresh? Because you guys are always so sweet together. So
you think so?
So how do you keep it fresh? Maybe you can teach us how we can keep it fresh all the time. I mean, how does it not get tiring? Especially when you both are working all the time.
Well, sa akin, you know, it's equality. What she can do, I can do. What I can do, she can do. Well, I can't cook pala, but she does.
So hindi na po equality yun?
Hindi na pala equality. No, but you know, if once you realize that walang lamangan, you know, her efforts are part of my efforts, and so it's ganun din. So it becomes a tandem. It becomes a partnership. So there's nobody mas sikat or mas popular, but kasi dalawa kayong gumagawa.
Together.
But she's more popular than me.
I did. Ganun nga, we just support each other.
Always supporting each other. And you guys have been together for such a long time, right?
Married 22 years.
And you've been like
25 together.
25 together.
You were like a young love team back then in Baguio, we heard.
A long time ago.
A long time ago. Right?
A couple of kilos ago.
Alwee, do you have any question for them?
No, I think we're running out of time.
We're running out of time,
yeah.
Which is cute to speak a little bit more, yeah?
Yeah, actually, marami pang katanungan pero yeah, I think you guys are so amazing, and we can only hope that we can emulate you. Maybe you have some advice for our Filipinos out there on how they can, you know, move further in life, or ano pa ba yung pwede nilang gawin sa buhay nila na makakatulong sa kanila at sa community natin?
Ako naman siguro, you should be an inspiration. Not just to your family, but for all our kababayans here, not just in Dubai, but anywhere.
Be an inspiration.
Celebrate success, and I don't mean, you know, just being on the top of the fashion food chain. I don't mean being the CEO of a company, but each step that you are able to, you know, make your life and yourself better is something that needs to be celebrated. So every step of the way, you celebrate your food, who you are, your achievements, and what else, so you can look forward to more success in the future. And pretty soon you have a whole population that is just high flying and very productive and very confident about you know, our race and our place under the sun.
Right. So really, Taas Noo Filipino. Thank you very much for gracing our show today.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yes. We are so honored to have you. But before we go, we just have a few reminders, guys. Illustrado Work and Play is coming up very soon in July. So if you're a Filipino business and you are not yet part of this project that we have, please do get in touch with us. We are featuring Filipino businesses from across the Gulf. and anywhere else around the world. So if we have not reached out to you yet, please come and contact us and
reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
We'd love to be able the ones to share your story, your successes, and help out the business in any way possible.
Yeah.
And also another announcement that
for
we
animal
wanted
lovers,
for animal lovers out there. There's a group called Street Paws.
Street Paws UAE.
Street Paws UAE, they have cats that are up for fostering and adoption also, but that's another discussion. But visit the page. They have super cute cats.
So actually this is like a group. They call themselves a group of cat ladies. So if you love cats, they're helping stray cats. They're housing them and they're fostering them and they're helping in the adoption. If you want to help these people, if you're into cats and rescuing cats, join Street Paws UAE. They have a Facebook group. They need your support. Yeah. And thank you once again.
Thank you. When is the next Illustrado Go edition? I missed the print edition.
Malapit na po.
I used to write every single month.
But you have to write again for us.
Definitely.
You have to come back.
Definitely.
You're so busy. We have to squeeze in your schedule. But thank you very much for joining us. This was really wonderful, Madam Yas.
Thank you.
Salamat po ng marami and hope to see you guys. Thank you to our sponsors.
May 1 million views na ba?
Malapit-lapit na.
Viral na.
Thank you to LBC, Radisson Blue Hotel, Dubai Dairy Creek, to Giver, your friendly marketplace for sharing, Western Union, Liali Jewelry, Lifestyle Fine Jewelry, Strawberry Nails, Hair Salon, and Instax Fujifilm. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Illustrado.
This has been Illustrado
Go Live.
Bye, guys.